Mark Buckley here, COP27 Live, Sharm-el-Sheikh, Egypt, 1.5 Media Innovators Magazine.
The challenge in front of us is massive, and I hope a lot of more people realize this. We need to do a lot of more things right now, but thinking about the startups, the innovation that we've supported, by the end of last year, our portfolio of innovations has already impacted 9 million people across the globe positively. And this is something that really started with very small innovation startups, maybe something only reaching 100 people. But every single year we have we've more than doubled the impact that we've had through the portfolio of innovations. And maybe some people out there are actually getting inspiration from this, doing new things, innovations, startups, working on new solutions. And I think we have a chance, and we should push a lot harder to get there.
It's a COP plus, or it's a COP half full, because we have for the first time young people uniting and working with each other and having a space to share and raise their voice. It's a COP half full because there are strong negotiations about loss and damage and adaptation, and recognizing that the vulnerable countries cannot wait anymore and are in need. So we hope as children and youth that there will be more recognition and more strict and urgent action for financing loss and damage and adaptation, so that we as vulnerable countries can rise and can save ourselves in the future.
I couldn't be an investor in climate tech if I wasn't an optimistic person in nature. But yeah, I truly believe that the COP half full is the brilliant founders and technologies, not just from Israel, but from all around the world. I really truly believe that technology can bridge so many challenges, so many gaps, and taking from here, I think I've been here for a day and a half, so it's hard. I haven't digested all yet, but I think it's really humbling to see the willingness of people to dedicate really their entire lives and resources to solving one challenge in this umbrella of climate tech challenges. And again, I'm focusing on technology, so for me, the half full part is just believing in science and innovation, in nature-based solutions, in the kind hearts and brilliant minds of the entrepreneurs and founders of the next climate tech companies.
I think my message here would be that we need this optimism, right? Because we need to turn this agenda into a positive agenda. Otherwise, we won't get where we need to go. So we need to turn it into a positive agenda. Everyone has a role to play. All civil society has the responsibility now to act together on an individual level or at the community level, cities, subnational governments and countries, regional, to work together and bring this agenda forward. And positivism is of course much needed. We know that we have the tools moving from the what is needed under the Paris Agreement and the SDGs agenda to now to the how and the when. And this is part of what the civil society needs to address and move the actions forward and bring this again as a positive agenda, in the sense that this can help us building the flourishing lives for 10 billion people in 2050.
Yeah, look, for me, when I think about a COP half full, I kind of feel that we've got some of the ingredients together, and we work a lot with chefs, and I think, you have to start with ingredients, but then it's about the techniques of bringing them together. And I think we need to think about how we're bringing together the diversity of ideas and really thinking about what are some of these ideas that we can start delivering on, these ideas that we can start driving forward. So we need to move from the debate into the delivery. I think if we get the idea of this kind of ingredients, the diversity of kind of different things, but then start to move them into action, turn them into dishes that can actually solve and deliver change. So for me, I kind of am thinking a little bit like that. I'm optimistic, I tend to be optimistic. I'm a little frustrated because I do know that we have a massive food crisis at the moment globally. This is daily reality for so many people, particularly in this region. You go to Somalia, you go to Yemen, very close by, people are facing famine-like conditions and all very close to being declared. And yet we're kind of talking as if we've got time, we're talking about the next COP, and I think we really need to move forward faster. And so I'd like to see some ambitious action, some leadership from the leaders that are here to actually say enough. let's push through, let's choose a few things, let's deliver and move forward with real action.
I'm concerned, really concerned. Is there any light in the tunnel to fill up that glass slightly? Well, of course, 100 heads of state came to Sharm-el-Sheikh, a COP meeting where we had very low expectations. That is a sign of momentum. We have a sign of momentum of the business sector continuously being constructed. We have very powerful voices from civil society, and science is razor sharp, razor sharp. I mean, the IPCC, the WMO, you can name any institution today that gathers a consensus in science. It's clear, 1.5 is a physical point we do not want to go beyond. We have to do everything we can to decarbonize. And finally, I think, we have so much evidence that the outcomes, if we succeed in this transition, is a more resilient, secure, peaceful, healthy future. So, you have to hold on to the light in the tunnel. It's just that my concern is that the window is shutting.
If you look at the graph that is showing the number of cups and the parts per million CO2 in the atmosphere, you would say, why are you even leaving a big carbon footprint to go here? Because it's just going one way, unfortunately. But I've learned over the years I've been at COPs that it's not what happens inside the negotiation rooms that are the most important, it's the power of people. In Glasgow we saw thousands and thousands of young people marching in the streets, outside the negotiation rooms. More and more people are coming. The first time I've seen a massive show up from the nutrition community, people that have never cared about climate, because this is becoming the global issue. Climate and nature, period. No health, no human health without planetary health. And that is something that more and more actors are now showing up, and they are starting to take action, although it's not formally and binding agreements on it. So I remain, and I don't think we have even a choice. I mean, if we give up, we know what happens. But if we keep believing, yes, we can together, it is possible, and getting more and more actors to push for change, governments will follow.